Good morning everyone. In last lecture we have seen the optical properties of nanomaterials. Today we will discuss about the characterization and fabrication of nanomaterials. Okay. Characterization and fabrication. First we will discuss about the characterization method. Characterization of nanomaterial means to know about its size, structure, type of atom present, how these are arranged, etc. There are various techniques used to characterize the nanomaterials depending upon the information we need. Usually, we require size, crystalline type, composition, and some of the properties of nanomaterial. Crystallography methods such as X-ray diffraction, electron diffraction, neutron diffraction, etc., are used to know the particle size and type of crystal structure. Spectroscopic methods such as UV visible IR absorption, Fourier transform, infrared FTIR, atomic absorption spectroscopy, electron spin resonance, nuclear magnetic resonance NMR, etc., are used to gather the information about the chemical state analysis to know electronic structure and other properties of material. Microscopic methods such as optical microscope, scanning electron microscope, transmission electron microscope, scanning tunneling microscope STM, atomic force microscope AFM, etc., generally provide the information of morphology, size, structure, even size of atomic level can be obtained from these methods. Its characterization means to know the size, structure, and type of atom present in that nanomaterials. Electron microscopy. Electron microscopy is very similar to optical microscopy. In optical microscopes, electronic radicals of proper wavelength are used. For focus the radiation and for scattered radiation, glass lenses are used. While in electron microscopy, instead of electromagnetic radiation, electrons are used, and instead of glass lenses, electrostatic or magnetic lenses are used. As electron exhibit wave particle duality similar to electromagnetic radiations, it can be used to image the objects. Wavelength of electron is given by de Broglie's equation lambda equal to h by mv. Okay, wavelength of electron is given by de Broglie's equation lambda equal to h by mv. It is found that wavelength of electron is very small in range of 0.001 to 0.02 nm, which depends on energy of electron. Due to similar wavelength, electron microscopy can be used to image tiny particles. Okay, principle. Interaction of electron with solid material is complicated due to charge on electron and due to interaction of electron with ion in solids. Due to interaction of electron with sample or tear-shaped volume of interaction is formed. When electron is interacted with the surface of the solid material, many phenomena such as black scattering of electron, production of secondary electrons, production of X-rays, etc. may take place as shown in figure. Interaction of electron with sample. A beam of electron should be focused on sample surface without getting scattered or deflected by air, so electron microscopy requires vacuum. Whole assembly should be in vacuum. Okay. Figure interaction of electron with sample. We are studying two types of electron microscope as follows. First, scanning electron microscopy SEM. Okay. SEM, German scientist Ernst Ruska invented the electron microscope in 1933. For this work, he was awarded in 1986 Nobel Prize in Physics. Construction and working of scanning electron microscopy. Scanning electron microscopy consists of electrons source generally obtained from tungsten filament cathode or lanthanum hexaboride LaB6 cathode filament. Electron core is called as electron gun. Tungsten is generally used in electron gun because it has the highest melting point and lowest vapor pressure of all metals. The electron emitted has energy between few thousand electron volt to 50,000 electron volts. A beam of these electrons is focused by two successive condenser lenses into a beam of very fine spot of about 5 nanometer. The beam of electron is then allowed to pass through pair of scanning coils which deflect the beam linearly or in a roster way through objective lens over a rectangular area of sample surface. Diffraction is done magnetically through magnetic field generated by electric current flowing through the coils. The diagram can see the schematic diagram of SEM, scanning electron microscopy, electron gun, electron beam, first condenser lens, second condenser lens, deflection coil, objective lens, X-ray detector, black scatter electron detector, secondary electron detector, sample vacuum pump. As a primary electron sticks the surface, they are inelastically scattered by atom in the sample. Due to this scattering, the primary beam splits and fills the teardrop-shaped volume into the surface. Now, due to interaction in the region, this subsequent emission of electron, that is emission of secondary electron, takes place. These are detected to produce an image. X-ray are also produced when electron interacts with sample atom. These are detected with dispersive X-ray spectroscopy, by which composition analysis of sample can be done. Okay, this is the schematic diagram of scanning electron microscopy. The spiral solution of this scanning electron microscopy depend on the size of electron spot, which depends on magnetic electron optical system which produce the scanning beam of electron. The resolution also depends upon the interaction volume or extent of material which interacts with electron beam. The resolution of scanning electron microscope is not high to obtain the image of atomic size from the SEM analysis. The scanning electron microscopy analysis, we can investigate the morphology and distribution of nanoparticles. Okay, here we will discuss we have discussed the characterization of that nanoparticles, means size, their shape, or the characteristics of that nanoparticles. Okay, from this scanning electron microscopy analysis, we can investigate the morphology and distribution of nanoparticles. Okay, to avoid the oxidation and contamination of filaments and to prohibit the collisions between electron and air molecules, filament and sample should be placed in vacuum chamber. Sample preparation. All the samples must be of appropriate size to fit the specimen chamber. The specimen required for scanning electron microscopy SEM to be completely dry, as the specimen chamber is very high vacuum. Hard dry materials such as wood, bone, feather, dried insects can be examined with little further treatment, but living cells, tissues and soft-bodied organisms require chemical fixation to preserve and stabilize their structure. The tissue is dehydrated. The dry specimen is mounted on specimen tube using adhesive such as epoxy resin. Disadvantages of electron microscopy is that insulting sample cannot be used directly because they get charged due to incident electron and image may become faulty and blur. So insulting solids are coated with very thin metal film of gold or platinum less than 10 nanometer. Due to coating, it becomes conducting without changing any properties of sample. Due to such a coating, biological sample can be analyzed by using electron microscopes, amplification and detect. Electron amplifiers of various types are used to amplify the signals. Backscattered electron and secondary electron, each of which can be detected by specialized detector. As a result of scanning by the electron beam, the resulting image is distribution map of the intensity of single emitted from scanned area of specimen in holder. Microscope's image can be captured by photograph, but in modern mechanics, image is saved to computer data storage. Advantages and disadvantages of SEM, scanning electron microscopy. Scanning electron microscopy was the first method to obtain images of tiny particles. By this method, biological sample can be analyzed with a little treatment. This is a non-destructive method. Main disadvantages is the non-conducting material requires coating treatment. By this method, image and atomic level cannot be obtained. Okay, today we have discussed the characterization and fabrication point. Out of this, we have discussed the characterization method. Characterization methods means what? To know the size, structure and type of atomic particles. Okay, electron microscopy, their principle. Then next, scanning electron microscopy, construction and their working. Advantages and disadvantages of scanning electron microscope. Okay, next point we will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.